Hello everyone, the topic for today's presentation is general correspondence. Under this topic, we will be looking at some of the written forms of communication and their uses in an official setting, such as letter, note sheet, notification, notice, circular, and then there are some other forms of correspondence as well. First, let's look at the letter. The purpose of a letter can be to request certain action from the other side, to invite another party to a business or conference, to ask for replacement of defective consignment, to order some equipment or material. However, the purpose of a letter is not limited to these only. When you reply to a letter, it can be to refute or deny the allegations raised by a letter writer against you or your organizations, to apologize for the inconvenience caused and to offer compensation, to defend an action taken on the basis of the irrefutable evidence, and reiterate the decision. Like I have already mentioned, for the purpose of a letter, these are some of the cases where you can reply to, but not limited to only these as well. Let's look at different parts of a letter. The letter should contain letterhead, the date, reference number, the name and address of the would-be recipient, the subject, the salutation, in case of a reply quoting reference of the letter, the body, the complimentary clause, and the signature and name of the writer. This is a sample of an official letter showing the structure of the letter. Letterhead. This bears the logo of the government and or organization and the name of the office. Date. Reference number. As mentioned, if you are sending the communication in reply to a previous letter, you will have to mention in the beginning the number and date of reference of the previous letter. Address of the receiver. Here in the example, the recipient is Jongkhak Agriculture Officer of Punakha Jongkhak. This is followed by subject, which will be written in clear terms and will be short or brief. It will generally indicate the contents of the letter. For example, in the subject we have farmers training on rice production. Salutation. If you are addressing to official authorities, you should begin with the salutation such as sir or madam, and those addressed to non-official individual or groups of individuals with dear sirs or madams. Body or the main text of the letter should revolve around the subject, and the language used should be clear and to the point. In case you are dealing with a number of issues, a separate paragraph should be used for each point. Complimentary clause, signature and name of the letter. You should end all official letters with the subscription, yours faithfully, followed by the signature and designation of the person signing the letter. Notesheet. Let's look at Notesheet, what Notesheet is and its purpose. Notesheet is a formal request for approval letter written to the person in charge or superior official asking them to approve a request. The general format of writing a note sheet may differ from office to office or organization to organization, but the key components of the note sheet should remain same. This figure shows the sample note sheet format. Here again we have the letterhead, the date of writing or the date of submission, body, summing up, the signature and name of the writer, and the name and the designation of the person with authority. Things to keep in mind while writing note sheet. The note sheet should be formally written or no informal language should be used. Be specific and clear. That is, the request should be straight to the point and include important associated information such as date and location if necessary, so that there will be no room for misunderstanding or this will be easier for the superior official to approve the request. Explain what the approval is for and why. While being concise about the content, care should be taken to reflect the subject and the reason for getting the approval. End the letter with an action suggested. Now let's look at notification, notice, and circular. Notification. Notification is a notice from an authority or form of letter used for notifying through publication. It may include notice or announcements such as changes of rules and orders, appointments, promotions, transfers, and more. The general format of writing a notification may also differ from office to office or organization to organization. In some cases, organizations do include the address of the recipient or the addressee and the subject, and in some cases they do not. Therefore, it is recommended to practice the format used in an organization that you are working for. The key components include official letterhead, the date and reference, no salutation, The title, that is notification. Main content, the name and designation of the authority. Notification should be legible and signed by the authority as mentioned here. It can also be copied to some relevant officials for information sharing. Notice and circular. Notice is used for communicating to members regarding meetings of the committees. Circular is used to communicate important and urgent external and/or internal decisions taken within the organization for information and compliance by the employees. Other forms of written correspondence include office order, minutes, memorandum, email, and more. Here is a sample of one form of minute keeping. Again, the style or format of writing a minute may differ from organization to organization. However, the minutes should capture the information on the title of the meeting, when it was conducted, where and who were present and who were absent, the decisions taken, and the name of the minute keeper. Memo or memorandum is an instrument of communication within an office. The general structure of a memo contains from, to, subject, date, the body, and the signature of the writer.